What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about my rank 3 superior Iron Man. I know I made a smaller showcase of him when I first got him and took him up to rank 2, but today is the dedicated rank 3 superior Iron Man showcase video. Lots of different content to show him off in, but before we get into that, let's take a word from this video's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Marvel Strike Force. Marvel Strike Force is a free-to-play, dynamic, squad-based RPG that transports you into a world of Marvel heroes and Marvel villains. If you download the game using my link in the description or the QR code in the top left-hand corner, you can get access to up to 17 characters in the course of 30 days, including Captain America over here, also Spider-Man, Deadpool, Venom, and so many more characters. Your goal with Marvel Strike Force is to strengthen your team to complete missions, gain resources from things like Arena and the events, and fight other characters in PvP modes like the Alliance War and the Alliance Raids to prove who's the top dog. Are you ready to dominate in Marvel Strike Force? Well, the key there is team building. Characters have powerful abilities that can enhance the abilities of their allies, especially if characters are from the same faction like the Avengers, the X-Men, or if they're all Spider-Verse related characters. Anyone from the same sort of group is going to enhance the abilities of their allies. So, the more cohesive your team is in terms of unity and familiarity, the stronger you will be. But wait, there's more! Marvel Strike Force is celebrating the spooky season with a promo code, Halloween, and if you redeem this code, you get 100 shards of Zombie Iron Man, 600,000 gold, and 480 level 2 training modules. Marvel Strike Force is a continuously growing game that cares about its community of players. The models are visually unique and the gameplay flows well for a mobile game. If you're looking to get back into the world of Marvel or get into it for the first time, this is a great place to start. Thank you again to Marvel Strike Force for sponsoring the channel. Make sure to use my link in the description or the QR code in the top left-hand corner to get yourself a free copy of Blade when downloading the game and access to so much more. Thank you again to Marvel Strike Force for sponsoring the channel. Thank you again to Marvel Strike Force for sponsoring today's video and sponsoring the channel. It's greatly appreciated. So, the Superior Iron Man Showcase. I'm going to start off with a little bit of raids. The raid cycle just came back for this week, and Superior Iron Man is I believe this is the Assault Tactic champion that I'm using on Fikermiker. Now, this fight, it starts off a tiny bit slow, but in about 30 seconds here, I'm going to hit the damage cap, and I'm not exaggerating, that's not hyperbole. I'm going to hit the damage cap in roughly 30 seconds, and Hood is going to trigger the Indestructible, and that's going to be it. The Special 2 hit here, the critical hit that this Special 2 lands, is absolutely astronomical. So it's not this one. It's not the 1.5 million damage Special 2 that I just did to start. It's the one I'm about to do. So I'm building up all my buffs here. I've even got the additional buff from the Thor Relic, the Aptitude, increasing my attack rating and increasing the potency of the armor break from the Special 2. And now, Hood is dead. 3.5 million damage right here, or 3.6, I'm sorry. 3.6 million damage in yellow, and then 700,000 additional damage from the burst damage of the Assault Tactic. Crazy. So he's insane in raids. But now, got a couple of Battlegrounds fights. I think I only have 2 because the current meta is not exactly favorable for him, but this meta, the Crit Me With Your Best Shot meta, was insane for Superior Iron Man. So this is a rank 2 7-star Warlock with my rank 3 7-star Superior Iron Man. Of course, Crit Me With Your Best Shot. It's very simple. You just need to intercept the opponent to gain the crits, or to gain the critical hit passive for 7 seconds, and then get up to your Special 2, and the opponent is basically dead. So even with basic hits, Warlock is going down so fast, and I was barely ramped up there, and that was 150,000 Special 2. What was that, 32 seconds or something crazy like that? 34 seconds, 52k points. No big deal. Now we have a rank 2 7-star Photon, Sig 80, so this is a pretty high Sig 7-star Photon, relatively speaking. And Superior Iron Man, again, he's just going to tear her apart. Obviously, you need to start with some medium attack intercepts or medium ending combos to build up your buffs. And then once you get those buffs, then you can go for your light intercepts or your light attack ending combos to duplicate your buffs and increase your attack rating and your Special 2 damage going forward. Another underrated thing about Superior Iron Man is using that special one, because the special one can allow you to refresh the duration of all your buffs because you are gaining another superior buff with the power gain, and the power gain with enough amplify will just get you right back to a special one and then some. So there's a rank 2 7-star Photon down in 44 seconds with basically 100% health. No big deal. Not a problem for Superior Iron Man. So yeah, he's just absolutely ridiculous. This fight kind of goes on for a little while, so I might skip through the ramp-up part of it because you've all seen the ramp-up, and this fight does take a little while to get going. But this is Abyss Iron Man Infinity War. Now, you'll notice I do have the Odin pre-fights on. That's just to speed up the process a little bit here. This fight is definitely a lot trickier than the fight in Abyss that I do after this. The next Abyss fight that I do is pretty ridiculous. So, you know, just for the sake of time, I'm going to skip through a little bit here, just to the point where I am fully ramped. So you can see that without critting on my basics, I'm dealing 32,000 damage, 20,000 damage. When he gets the armor, it's still 17,000, 26,000. Superior Iron Man is ridiculous. And that steady buff is allowing me to parry his projectile hits, which are his mediums and some of his light attacks. So I don't have to worry about re-parrying Iron Man or trying to bait a heavy attack. I can just parry his medium dash, and that's a projectile, so the steady buff is going to allow me to parry that no problem. I'm trying to see if I can show it off here, but he's not letting me. But regardless, I mean, look at the damage that we're dealing here. Once we're fully ramped up, and in these long fights, you have the opportunity to fully ramp up, to get all of your buffs. You can't get 8 of every single buff, but you can get 8 of the 4 buffs. And then you have the steady buff, and then you have that recycling buff that you use to refresh. Now right here, I think this is a great example of showing how incredibly tanky Superior Iron Man is. So I'm not running any boosts here. I'm not running any synergies that would greatly impact his survivability. I am simply running Superior Iron Man with a buff synergy team, and that's it. That is literally it. It's just giving him 4 additional buffs, and those buffs cannot stack. So we're getting to the point here where I'm going to start to take some damage. I'm going to get hit by a special 3, and I want you guys to watch what happens after I get hit by that special 3. Mind you, his special 3, in Iron Man Infinity War special 3, not Superior Iron Man. Iron Man's special 3, it inflicts an armor break, it's going to stun me, and it's going to inflict a plasma on me. So here's 15%, we've got him down to the 15%, I can't speak, 15% threshold. And now he's going to be gaining all of that power because of the passive armor. My goal, obviously, is to not allow him to get his regular armor up buff back, but things just don't go my way, and he ends up going to a special 3. So typically, in Abyss and Necropolis, if you're hit by a special 3, you're dead. But Superior Iron Man, he doesn't care. Now, I even missed my special 2 there, and somehow Superior Iron Man, with the energy resistance, with the regen, with the armor, we tank the special 3, and we survive. We survive in an unbelievable, and I don't even, like, I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe he survived it. 800% attack rating is what the Abyss opponents gain during their special 3. Additionally, there is a damage over time effect placed on Superior Iron Man. I've got hit here by a special 2, and I'm regenning. I'm actually regenning against tank special hits in Abyss. Basically, no champion outside of potentially Colossus can do this. Like, absolutely 0 characters. Maybe a handful, one single handful, can actually do this. So, Superior Iron Man being able to survive multiple specials taken to the face, including a special 3, literally put me at a loss for words when I first did it. And I was trying to explain it, but I couldn't. I literally couldn't. The words did not exist. That level of tankiness is just unheard of, especially in the Cosmic class. I mean, Cosmics are known for their raw damage and stuff, but extreme tankiness is not necessarily a Cosmic quality, or it's not the first thing you think of when you think of a Cosmic champion. And I'm going to go to Aunt May right now just to prove that my point is correct. I mean, there are some champions that can survive, like Corvus and Hercules, but in terms of tankiness, like King Groot is maybe the only example, and he's not really tanky, he just has a lot of regen. Iron Man has both. He has regen and he's tanky. So It's just crazy. Iron Man is so good, and I want him on my main account so bad. I'd probably take him to rank 3 there as well. Yeah, he's insane. So now we have Abyss Invisible Woman. Invisible Woman is one of the trickier fights in Abyss because you have to deal with that 200,000 health pool shield that she has before you can even deal any meaningful damage. So Superior Iron Man needs to be able to deal enough damage during this fight to break her shield down and also deal enough damage when the shield is down to kill her. And spoiler alert, he does that with flying colors. You're going to see in between special attacks here, her special attack specifically, that I go for a medium whiff combo. Now what I'm doing there is I'm refreshing my superior buffs. Iron Man specifies that he doesn't have to land hits. He just has to attempt the hit or proceed with the hit. So you're going to see here relatively quickly that when I go for my medium combo, and it fully whiffs right here, I still get the superior buff trigger. That's because Superior Iron Man doesn't need to land the hit. The hit just needs to happen. And that is an excellent way to keep your buffs maintained basically 24/7, 365. If you're doing this consistently, if you're in a matchup where you have the opportunity to do that, think of it as like a semi-gladiator strategy. You finish a full combo with a medium attack, and you keep your buffs up. I get stunned here pretty much intentionally because I didn't want to throw my special at an inopportune time. I go for a Relic Intercept right into a special 2, so now I just need to hit her one more time to take the invisibility off. And now look at these basics. 61,000 crit on the light attack. These non-crits are 35,000 damage. There's the damage cap in a medium, 85k there. You saw again, I did the second medium into her block. It doesn't matter. There's a motorcycle outside. It doesn't matter. As long as the attack is attempted, as long as it follows through. That goes for his light attacks as well. The light attack combo ender, giving the duplicate copies of the buff, the same thing applies. So if you can figure out a way to throw 4 light attacks in the air without getting comboed, you can do that. And in some matches, you are capable of doing that. But yeah, there is the Abyss Invisible Woman, one of the hardest fights in Abyss just because of her restrictions in that shield in less than 3 minutes. Again, no boosts, only synergies. Now, we have 800,000 health, basically 900,000 health, without any synergies. This is just infamous, I keep saying infamous, this is just Superior Iron Man going ballistic. So I just go for a plethora of intercepts to start here, building up as many buffs as I possibly can to get the ball rolling here, going for a ton of light intercepts, just trying to build up as many superior buffs as I can before I get to my first special 2. And you're going to see here that this fight doesn't last very long after I throw my first special 2. Going for the first one here, I believe I go for a medium ending combo, or no, I charge my heavy to get the what's the thing called? Instinct buff to refresh all my buffs, and then I go for a massive special 2. I'm not sure if it crit, I'm pretty sure it did, but I don't remember the number. So now I have all the time in the world to keep intercepting, trying to build up more and more of my superior buffs, and I'm going to go for a light ending medium ending combo here into a 380,000 critical hit on that special 2. Basically 900,000 health in 51 seconds. No synergies, no boosts, no recoil, yada yada. So I'm going to show these fights out of order a little bit, just because the way I recorded them, I wanted to show them a little bit out of order, because this is the most exciting fight by far. It's also the fastest fight. This is Eternity of Pain Warlock. One of the hardest fights in the Eternity of Pain by far. And you're going to see Superior Iron Man do some very interesting things to this Warlock. So one of the hardest parts about this fight is needing to land an armor break on him while he has the cleanse and the debuff immunity. But Iron Man, you know, if you time it right, he just kind of does that, and you deal 700,000 damage in a single special 2 hit. And now, I just need to land an intercept, go for a full combo into a Relic. The Relic deals damage because it bypasses the Power Shield node. And then I deal 82,000 damage on that special 1, and one of the hardest fights in the Eternity of Pain, especially with the 7-star stats, is completely vanquished. So now we have the rest of that lane. I'm applying the Odin buffs for the first time here. This is the Eternity of Pain Hercules. Now, you'll see what I do here is a little strange, the strategy I employ, but just stick with me. It's going to work out in the end. I kind of go ballistic with the intercepts, and you're going to see that I will get hit, and that's okay that I got hit, because Iron Man's tanky, Iron Man regens, and Iron Man deals a lot of damage. So if you deal a lot of damage before you keep getting hit, the opponent's going to die, and that's all that matters. So you'll see me employ that strategy here in just a couple of moments. So I'm trying to get as many amplify buffs as possible. I've got 5 already. Now I just need to, I believe, bait this special 2, and then I go for a medium-medium combo. I'm a little late because I do get hit here, but I intercept with the special 2, and then I get a basic combo intercept, and look at the damage I'm dealing. The intercept gives me the foresight, the armor break from the special 2 has enough duration so I can benefit from it while having the fury from the foresight, and Hercules is already down to 10%, 11% health, basically 10% health, in like 20 seconds. That was a special 2, and then 2 intercept combos, and Hercules is basically dead. So now I'm just trying to regen as much as I can because I did get a little combo there, and even without the intercept node foresight, my basic combos are dealing 11,000 damage without critting. I do get hit there again, but again, it's fine. Superior Iron Man is a tank, and he has regen, so it's literally the best of both worlds. It's the best of both worlds. Not only does he have the tankiness, but he has the regen. You know, King Groot's tanky because he has a lot of health, and he also has good regen. But there's not an innate, oh wow, he's just super tanky from getting hit. You know, of course, counting the regen seems like he's tanky because the regen recovers the health he lost, but when he gets hit hard, you know? Superior Iron Man doesn't get hit that hard, and he has regen. So he's just incredible. I genuinely think he's one of the best Cosmic 7-stars in the game right now. I don't know if he's the best. I don't think he's the best, but I would say he's a top 5 Cosmic 7-star, potentially top 3. I'd really need to look at the 7-star Cosmic list to see what Cosmic champions exist right now as 7 stars and to see where I would put him. But he's up there for sure. He's just so ridiculously useful. And in this video, I barely showcased his utility and his immunities. Like, I barely showcased the auto block. I barely showcased the immunity to, or the resistance to bleed, incinerate, and shock. You saw that a little bit in the Iron Man Infinity War Abyss fight, where I got hit by a special 2 and was regenning from the incinerate, but for the most part, I'm not even showing off the utility here. I guess you'll see it a little bit in the Nick Fury fight, but the bleed damage that Nick Fury deals is minimal anyway, so it doesn't matter. But regardless, he has the resistance to bleed, so where he can get that willpower healing from 3 very relevant debuffs. I mean, bleed will always be relevant, but incinerate and shock are definitely relevant debuffs in the modern meta. Either you're getting inflicted by them, or there's a node that's inflicting them onto you. So either it's the character doing it, or it's the node. So those debuffs are very relevant. That was Havoc, just completely obliterated. Just effortlessly, basically. I didn't even break a sweat doing that fight. Superior Iron Man is just, he's so good. Sam is amazing. So the final fight I have for this showcase is the Nick Fury fight in Eternity of Pain. Unfortunately, Superior Iron Man is not very good for the second half of this lane because there's a lot of buff removal and power removal, so that doesn't really mesh well with Superior Iron Man. I went for a second light intercept there just to kind of bait Nick Fury's dash because I didn't want him to back up against his wall when he had the tactical charges, so I tried to get him to the middle of the screen, and I was successful. So now I'm just trying to build up as many buffs as I can. You can see I'm already pretty close to my ramp ceiling. I already have over 5 of each buff except for armor, and that's going to change very quickly here when I go for a light ending combo, I think. Oh no, I go for a medium here. I don't remember what I do for a lot of these fights, as you can tell, since I'm recording this all in one take. But we're going for more intercepts here. Again, just more and more damage. We're at 100% health because of that really strong regen that Superior Iron Man has constantly. It's constant. As long as you're refreshing it with that second medium, using your 5th buff as your currency buff, you're always going to have access to that regen. So right here you can see, even though the bleed is minimal, I'm not taking any damage from it. That's because he has a base resistance to it, and then each superior buff increases that resistance by, I think it's 5% per. I'm not exactly sure how high it can go, but I know it can exceed 100%. And just like that, Eternity of Pain Nick Fury is down in a minute and 25 seconds. So that was what? How much health? 800,000 health twice in a minute and 25 seconds. So, guys, Superior Iron Man is incredible. I adore this character. I am so hoping I can pull him on my main account because I am certain that he will go to rank 3 in an instant. As quickly as I can get him up there, I will get him up there. I have fallen in love with this champion. I love him to bits. I'm so happy to have him at a rank 3 level on my free to play account, and I cannot wait to play him more going forward. But guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you again to Marvel Strike Force for sponsoring the channel. Make sure to use the link down in the description below or during the sponsor segment, the QR code in the top left hand corner. If you want to download the game, use the promo code Halloween to get some bonus stuff. Helps me out, helps the channel out, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you did so. But in any case, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.